Hey guys, what's up? Alright, so it's far oasis. 36 ED. Hi Percival. Do you like the stream title? Nice to see you. How was your day been? Oh yeah, you were making a Doran. Huh? I would help you, but I don't really know the class very well. I have one, but like, why do you hate Picky Pick? I thought Picky Pick was a good skill. Okay. I mean, you have Lunatic Carrot Beat, and then you have the magic skills. Wait, this is a terrorized card. Melee? Not sure that class really has stuff for that, does it? I mean, the class is strong, but I'm not sure if it has an auto attack build, does it? Well, I mean, in early phase, you can auto-attack with even anything, really. What about Lunatic Carrot Beat? That's like your AoE, isn't it? You have no time for that. Well, aren't AoEs faster? You can hit many mobs at the same time. I thought that was the whole point of AoEs. Oh, well, I mean... It would be a bit OP if you could just spam it, that's why you need battle cooldowns. tired. Maybe get some rest? You're tired? Oh. What about the magic build? That's an AoE too, no? Well, it's free up to level 100 to remove cards. Well, was the gear piece above 99? Because it's only free on the lower end gear. Yeah, that's why. Because otherwise people would just make level 1 characters and decard everything for free. The thing is though, I mean, a few million Seni really isn't that much when you're higher level. Like, decarding for 4 mil when you're like 100 plus. That's kind of, you know, like, you know, pennies. Suggestions for your pain. Like I said, I only have one of, like, I've only made one of those characters, so I don't know the class very well at all. I do remember I had a very easy time leveling it. That was a long time ago though, so a lot of things has been changed since. I don't really, like I said, I don't know the class very well. It's kind of, I don't want to give you information that isn't good. So that's why it's kind of hard. Wait, what level are you right now? $107. And you're using like what, Mora gear plus one of the summoner weapons, I guess. I guess for your build, if you're playing Picky Peck and Lunatic Carrot Beat, I would probably go with like White Wing, I guess. I don't know if that build can crit. If it can crit, then Black Wing, I guess, would be good too. I remember using Lunatic Carrot Beat when I leveled. Just because you can't one-shot doesn't mean it's not good. I think it's a very common mindset for Oro players to have. They want to be able to one-shot mobs. It's been sort of the way the game has been played for a long time. But I don't think you're kind of alone in that. Like, I think that's very common. Do you have like full Mora gear? Like White Wing or Black Wing or whatever? You should also look at the Shadow gear for Summoner. If I remember correctly, the Shadow gear is super strong. Because it reduces the cooldown of Lunatic Carrot Beat and like gives you defense penetration or something like that. I remember it being crazy strong. I'm not sure if it's bronze or silver gear. But yeah, you should look at it. I think that might improve your character a lot. Because the expanded like Robe of Judgment. Okay, but Robe of Judgment, for your build, like you should really go get like a full White Wing or something. I mean, if you don't have any gear, your damage is gonna be bad no matter what you pick. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to help. But yeah, I would first look into getting a full Mora set. Like a White Wing or Black Wing. I don't remember if your skills can crit if you go physical. Obviously, you should get whatever set you need for the build you're going, so if you're going magic, then you would want like maroon set, I guess. And if you're going physical, like ranged, you would want White Wing or Black Wing, I can't remember, depending on if your class can crit or not. And then definitely look into getting the bronze shadow gear. I think it's bronze or silver. There's only one set for the class, I think. But yeah, look into the shadow gears, because I remember them being crazy strong. Yeah, but that's... Scratch kind of really falls off really fast. Like, it doesn't... you won't really do much with it at level 100 plus, to be honest. It's basically a worse version than Picky Peck. It's like your Bash. Yeah. an ethereal. But yeah, no, depending on if you want to play physical or magical. Oh, you mean like a cat that can scratch and bite and stuff? Yeah. The feline inquisition. No one expects the feline inquisition. But yeah, I would get the shadow gear no matter what. Again, I'm not sure if it's bronze or silver. Because it will, I think it penetrates def and mdef a lot, which will increase your damage, and if I remember correctly, it gives you a lot of other stuff too. It's super strong. If I wasn't streaming at the moment, I could look it up for you. Okay, so Undead Crown Ethereal. Let's see if we have it. Undead. Ah, that's a new ethereal item. But yeah, I would look into that. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's really strong. And it's silver, okay. Remind me, what does it do again? Like each piece and the set bonus? I just remember it being good. Gilded shit. Oh, it has 3 sockets, but it's... Devils. I feel like we need more magic find. I'm not sure how we can squeeze out more magic find without losing clear speed and survivability. What shadow gear were you running before? Yeah, this should be much better, I think. Make sure you refine it a little bit as well, I believe. Remember the expanded ones, they have these bonuses at like +7 or for every learned level of something. Unearthed. Do you think this is gonna be a big upgrade for you? If you put it on and refine it a little bit? Like I said, I just remember the expanded shadows being uber strong. You know how you get Shadow Gears officially? It's really cool. There's one box called Shadow Box that costs like €1 or €2, and you get one random Shadow Gear from like the whole game. So much fun. Yep. So not only do you first have to get lucky to get the shadow pieces you want, then you have to buy for real money to refine them. And then if they break, you have to buy new ones and hope you get the one you want. It's basically one box called Shadow Cube or Shadow Box that contains hundreds of shadows. I mean, are you surprised? I'm just saying, like, it's absolutely insanity. Yeah. And then they also made, you know, costumes can get enchants, but you can only get certain costume enchants on certain costumes, and those costumes are low chance from gacha eggs. So you have to buy tons of gacha eggs and hope you get the costume that you can enchant with the enchant you want, and then you have to gamble to get the enchant that you want from another egg. And oh my god, it's so fucking disgusting, it's unreal. And then everybody ends up looking the same because there's only a few costumes that can get really good enchants. So everybody runs around with the same costumes if they're lucky enough to have them. Like... I don't have an answer for you, but I'm guessing okay, so in like Southeast Asia and, well, Asia overall, this type of monetization is completely normal in video games and like perfectly accepted. People are fine with it. In European, like in the West world, however, not so much. Well, the thing is, I mean, in Japan as well, and Korea, I mean, there was even, like... So, people... It's shown as a status symbol in a game that you make enough money to have money to put into video games and to support the developers. So, people running around showing off costumes they spent thousands on is to show that you are a high-status person and you can afford to spend a lot of money on a video game. It's so different from the West world, it's absolutely insane. Like, if you are free to play in a video game in, like, Southeast Asia, Japan, China, whatever, in many circles, you're considered poor and you should be embarrassed. Because you can't even afford... You should go and work so you have money. Like... The culture is just so different. Whereas in the West world, people who are whales like that are generally seen as cheesy and lame. Like, people in the West world, we really don't like that type of monetization. But it just goes to show how different, like, the culture has developed. That's why mobile gaming is so huge in Asian countries. Because of all the pay to win and like real money stuff. Because you should not be too poor, you should be able to pour real money into a game to prove that you are wealthy and can afford it, and it's a status thing. Like, I don't ask me, like, I have no fucking idea why, but it's a thing. So I guess that's why they keep making these things for these places. Because even if the product doesn't resonate in the West world, in Asia and Southeast Asia and so on, it's people like it. Again, and it's a company named EXT that buys the rights to open RO in Thailand. They make a lot of money. Doesn't extend the contract, so they close the server. Yes, that seems reasonable. It might not even be Gravity that didn't want to extend it. It might just be that they wanted a reason to wipe the server. Because there was the same situation in Europe with when EURO shut down. They claimed that Gravity wasn't doing blah blah blah, but they basically weren't making enough money, so they didn't want to keep going. And then the contract was sold to another publisher who could then wipe and start over again. Like, it's just an endless circle of money grabbing. Why people pay and play it, I have no idea, but... The thing is, I used to have a server before this one called Lotus RO, which was supposed to be official server without pay to win. Now, because I wanted to play the game, right? I instantly regretted saying that it was gonna be official-esque. Because we kept running into situations where some classes were so powerful, other classes were complete trash, most items were garbage, some items were complete, like, uber, and I couldn't really do much because we had already set the premise that the server wasn't really gonna be modded. It was going to be official except no pay to win. And eventually I couldn't afford to keep the server open because player base died out and donations dried up and stuff like that. So I had to close it. And then when I opened another one, my first thing was basically, I'm gonna do this my way because Gravity just fucking sucks. Like, I'm sorry. I know they made the game. But like, oh my god. It's just, the official server is just an absolute joke at this point, honestly. Like, I would rather quit playing the game than play on an official server again. Yep. Because they're basically trying to just milk the players as quickly as possible, and they don't really give a shit about how they do it. And then people keep falling for it with nostalgia bait. Just like when RO3 was announced, I'm like, this is gonna be dead on arrival. People are like, no, it's gonna be the best thing ever. I was like, just wait, it's gonna be super pay to win and it's gonna be garbage, basically. And what do you know? It is completely pay to win. It's basically RO Mobile reskinned for PC. It looks good, don't get me wrong. The graphics are really cool. But that's all the game has. Everything else is an absolute shit. Like, it's just garbage. I know a lot of games basically just live on their graphics, but people can't be that easily impressed. Just what? Just make it look good, and then whether it plays fun or not is irrelevant. Like, oh, it's garbage, but it looks nice. I feel like that's the case with a lot of games. Oh god, RO2, you know, we were all so excited. Tens of thousands of people logged in, me included, on launch day. And within a week or two, the game was a ghost town. Like, there was literally no one left. Everyone was just like, you know what, fuck this. Yeah, RO3 is... There's actually RO5 because there's a couple of mobile ports and they're just gonna keep making them. For whatever reason, people keep... So here's the thing, I'm actually saying that this is also part of the community's fault. Because if the developers weren't making money of doing this, they wouldn't be doing it. If you give them money for a shitty product, they're gonna keep making shitty products. Because why should they put effort if they're making money? Because that's basically what happens. Publishers and developers, not all, but many, will literally get away with as little effort as humanly possible, and people will still buy it. Why should they put in money and time into development? What do you mean? The thing is, though, they could make a much better version of RO and make money off of it. If they provided more balanced and official server in every region, they could make so much money if they did it right. Instead of these servers popping up and vanishing, they would also essentially kill off the private server community a lot. Not all, but many. Oh, I thought you were defending the publishers. So I was like, what are you on about? The thing is, there's a lot of people who will also basically play official because it's official. Like, they will trash talk any private server saying that, you know, it's shit because it's private. And then it will play official and basically circle jerk to it. I'm not gonna name names, but there's some streamers who, in my opinion, they are... because they partner up with official servers and then they hype up the server. And I'm sure they get kickbacks for doing that, but they're basically screwing over the community. I'm sorry to talk badly about your sister then, but people defending official because it's official, I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. Look, I've been an RO enthusiast since its inception, okay? I run a server that I try to make vigorously for free as much as and as good as I can. Nobody loves this game as much as I do. Okay, I mean, that's... I'm not gonna say no one, but, you know. I care for this game deeply, yeah? And in my opinion, the official servers are dog shit. It's basically just a... Well, you know, we have a saying, you can get the camel to the water, but you can't force it to drink. If she wanna keep playing on official, then, you know, there's not really much you can do. Sadly. I know people like that as well who will basically play official because it's official. No matter how dog shit and how bad and out of date and like just rubber bandy, out of date, cash shop heavy, bot infested, full of cheaters, GM teams that don't care or even know what the hell the game is even about. Like Prime, they were hosted by a company that didn't even know what the game was, basically. Like, the GM team had no idea what the game, how the game even worked. They were basically just collecting a salary. Like, how the fuck do you, like... I just... It's like, yeah, we'll just host this game, how hard can it be? Nobody will notice that we don't even know what the game is. That's totally what happened. I will reiterate what I've said before. If I ever get super rich, I'm gonna buy the rights to the game. I've heard good things about Guild Wars 2, actually. I played regular Guild Wars back in the day. Back when it was completely new. Like when Guild Wars first came out, the original. I had a sorcerer mixed with the priest or something. I can't remember. No. I mean, I also tried Lost Ark a little bit, but, you know, it was also extremely... It had cool gameplay, like, battle was pretty cool. But it felt like a job, because you had to log in and spend hours every day to do all of your daily chores to just keep up. I am sorry, but I don't want... That's one of the reasons why I quit playing World of Warcraft. Because I literally woke up and then had to spend the next 3 hours doing all my dailies every single day to stay relevant or to keep up with content and stuff. It became like having a job that I was paying to play for. It wasn't... Don't get me wrong, I used to love playing World of Warcraft, but when a game turns into a chore and you don't log in to play for fun, but you log in because you have to, yeah, that's when I quit. But then it's no longer a game. Bungie? Where have I heard that name before? What games do they... The developer name sounds familiar. Oh, that's where I've seen... I've never played Destiny, so I don't know the... I've heard the name of the developer though, but I've never actually played their Destiny. I do know it was very popular for a while. I don't know if it still is, but... There's also another game that I used to play called Terra. I mean, as buggy and unbalanced as it was fun to play for a while. Sadly, it closed down though. Or, well, let me rephrase. The PC version in the West world shut down. I think there's still a console version running, and there might still be a PC version in Asia. But I think the European PC version died, because nobody was really playing. I've never understood people who go online to troll. Like, spending your free time to ruin the evening of strangers. I will never understand it. I mean, I know they say to each their own, but I don't understand the appeal, right? Like, for what purpose? Like I said, I just don't understand it. Hi Kane, you came for the lasagna? Lasagna's awesome. Welcome to the stream. I'm kind of in the mood for lasagna. Sadly though, making lasagna for one person feels very... Like, if I had children and a family, then I guess, but making lasagna from scratch for one person is, well... You guys ever made lasagna from scratch? Oh, what can I do for it? I mean, first of all, have you ever gone online just to troll people? Really? But why? Like that's... Yeah, but why would you do that? So you literally started your game with the pure intent of just trolling whatever poor person you were matched with? No, I mean to troll people by literally ruining the game for them on purpose. remember meeting people in League of Legends who were trolling. Like, they literally just fed on purpose for whatever reason. Because apparently it was fun? I don't know. Why or how that's fun, I have no idea. Like, spending your evening just running down mid lane to die. Because... Look, it's one thing to be bad, it's another to troll on purpose. Like, I don't get angry at people if they're not good, okay? That's not a, like, you know, everybody's different, not everybody's good, but if people, like, are doing it on purpose, that's the thing I don't understand. Oh god, games where they have open mics in game, it's like the worst thing ever. You hear people screaming in the background, or loud music, or people farting or burping, or oh my god. Remember at some point they wanted to put in built-in mic support in League of Legends. I'm like, oh hell no. Hearing people rage and... no, thanks. I'm good. Like, thanks, but no thanks. Windy sound? What do you mean? Oh, when people are breathing into the microphone, you mean? Like, they have no, noise cancelling or whatever, so you can just hear them breathe into the mic. Oh god. I mean, I know my microphone isn't perfect, but I spent a lot of time trying to set it up as well as I could. To cancel out, like, keyboard clicks, me breathing, you know, stuff. Another giant thresher? Really? Oh my, okay. That's another Storm Spire. Another really rare item. We sadly don't need it, but you know, it's fun to find. I mean, I think there's still room for improvement on mine, but like, I don't know, sometimes when I tune into other people who are streaming and you can hear their keyboard clicks, or mouse clicks, or breathing, and oh my god. It's like the most cringe thing ever. I mean, obviously everybody has the right to run their own stream however they want. It takes just a few minutes to do some basic setup. Like, just very basic. Stormspire! There we go. See, we already have another one here, so there we go, see? We found this recently, 394. Wow, okay, this one is 176 and this one is 246. The damage difference is huge. Yeah, I do hope that people will tell me if they can hear, like, mouse clicks or keyboard clicks or stuff like that. I was originally going to do some RO development today, but I've been deving all day, and then we have the leveling party stream tomorrow. So it's just kind of a lot of RO going on. I still dev like 5 to 10 hours a day. I usually stream just to, you know, take a break, do something. But I know a lot of people want to see me actually stream RO, either gameplay or deving. It's hard for me to, if I've already been deving 6-7 hours, to then start another stream for 4 or 5 hours to do even more deving in that one day. But yeah, that's mainly why I haven't done any dev streams lately. So one option would be that I simply just dev on stream completely instead of deving by myself. But sometimes I'm also dealing with server-side stuff that I really cannot show on stream. I don't know, what do you think? Dev... Diary? I mean, I have dev notes where I write stuff, but... What do you mean with dev diary? Hmm. Isn't that what dev notes is for though? Or could you give me like an example of how they do that? Like, do they write, today I worked on this and that and I ran into this problem, or... Hmm. I can try it. Should I like make a new channel for it, or what do you think? And then people can follow it or unfollow it if they want. Oh, you mean like a video? Interesting. I thought you meant the text-based thing when you said diary. Dual could have been really good. Sadly, it's missing a few mods. You mean I should put it on my YouTube or make a completely new YouTube for it? Because I already have a YouTube with some guides and some What do you mean? Nah. Working on a private server isn't violating any laws or rules because the code isn't copyright. That's not a problem. Like, lawfully, we're not doing anything wrong. That's why I'm not afraid of gravity, you know, closing us down or attacking me or whatever. Like, it's never gonna happen. Even if we grew by an immense size. I mean, I'm gonna do some advertisement on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter once I have a lot of things set up, so... No. Legally, we're very much in a gray area. Like, Gravity could send me a cease and desist, at which point I will change the server, I will take down the server, change the name, and put it back up again. And that will be that, and nobody loses anything. No characters, nothing. The only thing we would lose would be the name of the server, but we just make a new name. That's why they can't really fight private servers. Because if you set it up properly and you're smart about it, there's nothing Gravity can do. I don't know how it works in Thailand, but here in Europe, unless you are selling the product, which doesn't belong to you, which I'm not, because I am hosting a free-to-play environment. Really? Holy crap. Yeah, that's not a thing here. So the thing is, I wanted to advertise the server properly once I fixed the new website and starting area and stuff like that. But like, doing some stuff on YouTube might be a good way to raise a little bit of awareness as a start. Because the thing is, we haven't really ever advertised. So all the growth we're getting... Okay, yeah, we have a banner on Rate My Server, but like... I haven't really even attempted to advertise properly. It's more like people who find the server are doing so organically via word of mouth and friends and whatnot. Right. But like, I have huge plans to advertise on all social media platforms, basically. But I wanted the server's starting area and like the skill tree reworks and the new website to be up and stuff like that before I do it. So it can really dazzle and impress people who look up the server, basically. But I mean, that's sort of the thing, right? Like, there's already official RO servers, which offers the, you know, basic experience, yeah? And there's a ton of private servers that basically offer the official server experience, but a little different. But, like, those are dime a dozen, right? Like, but what I'm trying to do is very different, obviously. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are looking for a good community to play RO where they don't feel like they're being, you know, hustled for their money. I do think there is a... Now, obviously, the server isn't gonna resonate with everyone. Like, some people won't like it. That's perfectly fine, and that's normal. But I do think there's definitely a... Like, there's definitely people who are looking for a good RO home, so to speak. I do think there is a community for it. I mean, obviously, we have a community. We've made a community, but I mean, like, a lot of people who have never heard of our server yet. Like, on top of what we already have, obviously. Dimensional. Because there's like a lot of servers that show up and then just die. Like, in terms of long-term servers, there aren't really that many. Like, MU.RO has been up for a while, but they are basically the official game, just, you know, not pay to win, or not as much anyway. But yeah, there's like a handful of servers that have been around a long time. And then you have stuff like Myth of Yggdrasil, or whatever the hell it's called, which is like relaunched 3 times and wiped every single time because they keep pushing it out when it's full of bugs and stuff. For whatever reason. And then people exploit it, and then it dies, and then... I don't even... Like, the last relaunch they did, the main feature of the server didn't work, which was like Pet Adventure or whatever. It was like one of the main draws of the server. It was sort of like a Pokemon type of thing, which didn't even work. And they pushed the server up anyway, for some reason. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's their server, they can do what they want. If you're relaunching, you should make damn sure that your biggest selling points work. Like... Again, that's just my opinion. Hi, Dasbake, what's up? In terms of customizing the gameplay, so setting up a default RA server takes like 5 minutes with very limited knowledge. And then you can do some really easy customizations that are basically on and off toggles or just changing a few numbers. Like, basic editing isn't hard. Now, obviously, when you get into what I've done, our server is so customized. I mean, we're altering how the UI works and like all skills, items, like it's just... Not to mention all the improvements I've done to fluidity, and it's just, there's so much stuff behind the scenes that has been changed that makes the game feel the way it does. Compared to official. How's your day going, Dust Baked? We're discussing the possibilities of me doing a development diary on YouTube, like a dev daily, 5 minutes dev daily type of video every day. Because I wanted to get into doing dev streams again, but I just, since I developed so much off stream, streaming after already developing for many hours a day and then developing even more, kind of use the stream as a way to relax and, you know, do something else other than borrow. Grand Scepter. I'm pretty sure we already have this. Hang on, I will read the chat in just a second. Pretty good. Just having a lunch break, had a moment to reach out. Cool. What kind of dev stream? Sim not up. No, it would be the Oro server dev stream. I understand there's much Forklift content out there. Oh yeah, I'm sure there are. Oh, you sent me a DM, did you? Hang on. Oh, I see now. Sorry. Hey, yeah. Oh shit, yeah, you. Now I remember. Yeah. You were having troubles with your account, right? Sorry, the day has kind of gotten away from me. Yeah. If you can send me stuff like the email address attached to the account, maybe last time you were logged in, character name, like just stuff to prove that it's yours, then I can just help you. Because, okay, so here's the thing. I have encrypted every password on my side as well, so I can't actually see your current password. This is for everybody's safety, so people can't accuse me of knowing their passwords or whatever. I can reset it, however, but I cannot see what your current password is. Like, I can see your account name, I can see your IP address from when you logged in, and, you know, registered email, but I cannot see the password you've used. So I can't just tell you what your password is. We're gonna have to change it, which is fine, but I just need to make sure it is your account for everybody's, you know. Not that I don't trust you, it's, you know, for everybody's sake. I just need to resend the link to me. Oh, you work in IT? Okay, well then you understand my, like, you know, looking for details to make sure it's the right person. Yeah, alright, okay. I just don't want to, because some people get upset with me and they're like, of course it's my account, and they don't really, and I'm like, it's protocols that I've set up for everybody. Like, when the new website comes out, you'll be able to reset your password there, but until then, I have to do it manually. So I kind of just want to make sure. No, it's just people, they don't get upset about the game, but they get upset that I don't trust them. And I was like, and I tried to explain that, wouldn't you want me to make sure it's you, so nobody can accidentally steal your account? So the new page is like 80% done. The new website, there's gonna be some new cool features on it and stuff. However, I've been looking for a Flux developer, which is PHP, because to me PHP is like ancient hieroglyphs. And I found one, but this dude seemed sketchy as fuck, and he wanted all the money up front, and it it reeked of scammer, so I just kind of said, you know what, I'm gonna go and look elsewhere. Like, if something doesn't feel right, I've been online since the internet started. No argument here. But anyway, the point is, so I have to look for another PHP dev to finish it, because, like I said, I can do C++ and like Lua and stuff like that for the server, but when it comes to website stuff, it's all magic to me. It's not my... Ooh, 7 somatic line. It's not my thing at all. I'm sure I could learn it, but like... I don't... I already juggle a million different things, so... No, that's perfectly fine. This is sort of a one-time thing as well, though, because once the website is up... I mean, we might, you know, add things to it or change things, but once we have the full website working, like, that takes off a huge chunk of the, you know, then you can just edit from there. So... Because right now the whole thing is in shambles because it's not completely finished. So I kind of need to, you know, finish it. Yeah. Yeah, but you understand, right? Like, it's... There's a lot of unfinished functions and shit that doesn't lead anywhere, and it's just SQL queries that aren't working properly, and it's just a mess. So yeah, I just need to finish it, but I wasn't comfortable because somebody recommended this person, and I started asking some questions because I have actually been scammed once before. Luckily, it was not a huge amount. It was like $120, which, you know, it still stings, but it was a valuable lesson in trusting people. Anyway. But yeah, this dude just basically, it just seemed really sketchy. And he had a refund policy, okay, listen to this, which said, if I don't finish your project, I will refund you money based on how much that isn't completed. Meaning that if I paid him and he only finished a little bit, he would then give me back quotation mark money, and I would still be left with a continued like a website that wasn't finished yet. So it was it's just like, I was like, you know what? That alone just sounds really fucking sketchy, so I'm not even gonna... And paying the full amount up front as well, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's also the full amount up front. Like, sending him $500 up front to somebody I've never, like, I don't know the person at all. And then, you know, just all the different alarm bells were going off for me in my head. Like, you know what? No. So I contacted somebody he used to work with. The person who runs the server called Alfheim. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I think it's called Project Alfheim. Alfheim Project or whatever. It's another RO server. And I reached out to Charlie Loves You, which is the owner. Anyways, and he basically told me that this person cannot be trusted. And I was like, yeah, so... The problem is there aren't a lot of devs. Like... Yeah, the owner of the Alfheim server. Called Charlie Loves You. Because he's also on my Discord. Or, I mean, I'm not gonna say we're friends, but I know him. So, because he had worked with this person before, so I reached out to Charlie to ask him what if he would recommend it, and I basically got a blunt no. Like, it wasn't even a, you know, he's like, you know what, it's basically, you can take a chance if you want, but I wouldn't. Like, yeah, that sounds promising. But yeah, Alfheim is a pre-renewal custom server, I believe. I think so. Anyways, because they made Like, they have a really nice website and stuff. Part of me is considering just going on Fiverr and finding a PHP dev, honestly. But I have a feeling that's gonna cost me a lot of money. And also, you kind of want somebody who knows RO. Like, to make customized stuff that you're after and stuff like that. Like, both visually and functions. Anyways, that's why the new website isn't finished yet. I was able to get the new patcher up, which was cool. I don't know if you... I guess you saw it, Aspect, when you tried to log in. Like, we recently updated that patcher, because we had an old one before that. And I'm pretty happy with the new patcher, actually. Quite nice. Pretty lightweight, and it looks pretty good as well. Again, you know, it's not the best in the world, but it you know, gets the job done, and it's pretty nice. You sent me a thingy. You know, we're gonna be good friends, I can tell, because you also use words like thingy. I do that as well. Thingy and stuff, and you know. Like, I did a thingy. I did the thing with the thing to do stuff, you know? Like the thing. I don't know, you don't know, Jesus doesn't know, you know, it's like I used to make this joke on the RO server when people ask me how something works. I'm like, I have no idea, I just work here. Like, don't ask me, I have no clue. Jesus, you mean the guy from Mexico? In Mexico, Jesus loves you means something very different. Like, oh yeah, I know him. He's the dude who delivers my mail. If you've ever seen the film called How High? There's all kinds of like humor like that. It's hilarious. You know it. Yep. We used to like get baked and watch How High and Borat and stuff like that. Oh my god. How High though, oh my god. It's like, even if my hair catches on fire and I fall out a window and get hit by a bus, I got your back. He's like, what the fuck? That's the ivory, yeah. One of my favorite parts is when they have to smoke a smart guy. We have to smoke a dead smart guy. Maybe you can give me a reward, like more of the plant. Oh my god, now I want to watch that film again. Oh man. That thing is so funny though. Like, it's fucked up, but it's funny. Oh yeah. Is that when he's sleeping and he It's kind of weird to see a rapper listening to Rammstein though. That was the first thing that caught me. I was like, since when? Since when do like hip hop type people listen to Rammstein? I mean, he's like, all I want to do is develop my herbs in a lab and get some head while I'm doing it. I'm like, I don't blame him. Dude's got his priorities straight. Like, I also love the scene when they're sitting in the car with the windows rolled up and the car is like smoking. Like it's literally looks like it's on fire. Oh. Absolute epic film. God, wait. Your sister's weave master degree and your prison barber certificate. We should have like a movie night in Discord with Hawa. I figured if I take the test high, get high scores, you know? Oh, wow. Oh, you know what I just thought about now? Oh, I need money. Oh my god, the dude's a legend. You can work as a stripper at that place and I can be your manager. Oh, you know the scene in the dean's office with the pigeons? When they shit so much they explode? Oh my fucking god. I mean, I know it wasn't real birds that they used, but Jesus Christ. Like... And then there's baby powder. Oh, we're virgins! Oh my... Ah, no, dude, like, that film is hilarious. It's fucked up, but it's so funny. And that was a really fun walk down memory. But yeah, we used to watch, like, Borat and The Dictator. No, I know. No, I completely agree. People get offended by everything. I have very lewd and very dark humor, and I'm just one of these people, I don't get offended easily. If I don't like a joke, I'll just move on with my life, you know. Like, you know what happens when I'm browsing social media and I see stuff I don't like? I just keep scrolling and move on with my life. Because, like, who has the fucking time or energy to even care? Like, it's... Now, are there things that might be a bit too much? Sure, yeah, but, like... 95% of the shit that people get offended by, it's just whatever, honestly. It's just comedy, man. Like, it's... Oh no, I agree. I don't know Kill Tony. I don't know who that is, actually. One thing I cannot understand, though, is our generation, we grew up with South Park, Family Guy, American Dad, Simpsons. How are people this easily offended? The generation who grew up with South Park. I mean, a more fucked up show you have to look for, honestly. Fucked up in a funny way, but Is there anything South Park has not made an absolute shit show out of, honestly? See, that's my thing though, like, but our generation, I assume you're about my age, right? Ish, you know? So, yeah. We're roughly the same age. And our generation, we literally grew up with South Park. Okay? American Dad, South Park, fucking Simpsons. And these shows, they have no filter. So why is it that the generation that grew up with these things is so easily offended? I don't understand it at all. It doesn't make sense to you. Honestly, the amount of fucked up South Park episodes. Like I said, I don't think there's a single thing on this planet South Park has not fucked up with. Like, is there any topic they haven't made an absolute mockery out of? Anything from politics to religions to sexuality to disease to like anything. There is literally no topic South Park has not made an episode out of. I mean, okay, maybe, but really not. Like, honestly. Have you ever seen American Dad? It's also pretty fucked up. Not sure I've seen the newer like thingies of South Park. I used to watch it back in the days when it was MTV. That's how old I am. American Dad. I honestly, the Nazi fish and the... Oh, it's ultra... Oh, God. I really liked American Dad, though. I thought it was fun as fuck. But yeah, it's... Honestly, though, I'm gonna say this. It's hard to not make fun of the angry orange man. Like, the dude just says and does so much fucked up stuff that it's just... It becomes a prime target. What? I'm actually in my country. Oh, you're from the US? Oh. What I usually say to people who are from the US, at least this is his last term. I mean, I know it doesn't help right now, but it's something. And then there's also, I usually say, if Trump can become president in the US twice, don't ever be discouraged about your dreams. Like, don't let your dreams be dreams. If he can become president twice, you can ask that girl out, or you can try to get that promotion, or, you know, you can take that vacation. Like, follow your dreams, because if he can become president twice, we live in a world of potential and opportunity. I just meant from a legal point of view as well. He can only sit 2 terms, and this is his second one, right? So, he cannot be re-elected, legally speaking. Whether he's alive or dead or whatever, he literally cannot be re-elected. Unless I missed something, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm not from the US, so obviously, you know, but I'm pretty sure I remember that's how it works. Presidents are allowed to sit 2 terms. Also, in terms of health, I mean, I know he's getting pretty old, but is he sick? Like, I mean, obviously the dude has mental problems, but, you know, I mean, like, physically, is he actually ill? Don't they do, like, a health test if you're running for president or whatever? I mean, surely the president of the United States has to be, you know, fit for office. Again, this is basing it on assumptions. I don't actually know how it works per se, but I would imagine that a leader of a country would have to be fit enough to run said country. And for a 3rd term, if he... I do know that he's been replacing people in the Supreme Court and stuff like that, judges. But I mean, it's still in the Constitution about 2 terms, isn't it? Or something like that. Like, legally, he cannot, can he? Because he would have to change the base law or whatever, and that takes time. His health will not last that long in recent fallen hands and kind calls. Oh, damn. I mean, surely he should be removed from office then. I'm not saying I wish... Look, for all his bullshit and how much I disagree with him, he obviously... I don't want him to die, because I don't wish death on anybody. I will say this, though. if that is his current health, he really, if he's not fit to like to be in office, he shouldn't be in office. But isn't there like a vice president who can take over if he's not fit to run it anymore? Which he, from what you're saying, isn't. Is it Vance or whatever his name is? I know of JD Vance. But you know, at least he would be better than Trump. You know, if you had to pick between the two, I would say that Vance is probably better than Trump, at least. Somewhat. I mean, not that either of them is somebody I would ever vote for if I was in your country, but... But I mean, I remember, didn't, like, for example, Biden, he was clearly unfit for office as well. But wasn't he just basically a figure? Like, he wasn't actually in charge of anything? It was like Kamala and the other people behind him who were running the show? Again, this is just based on my observation, but Biden basically didn't really seem to know where, you know, his ass ended and, you know, another person started. Like, the dude belonged in a mental, not mental, but like a dementia home. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm not really a political person, and since I don't live in the US, but I will say that Trump is not really my type of person, you know, for many reasons. But surely they can replace him if his health is that bad. Well, clearly he is, considering he's been elected president twice. I mean, there are people who like him for some reason. I will never understand it, but you know, that's just the way of the world, I guess. He has a circle of people who worship him. Oh, Endurance of Hate. Sweet, that's Mephisto. That is good. I mean, Trump basically hates everything that I am, so... I mean, it's clear to say that I don't really have a lot of love for the man. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I absolutely believe that. I mean, at one point I remember him making a statement saying he loves the uneducated. I was like, yeah, because I guess those are the type of people who, like, actually listen to your nonsense. But I feel like a lot of people support him because they want to belong to something. Like, it's this cult. I believe that. The amount of shit that has come out of his mouth over the years, it's See? I told you, Percival. It helps. I'm glad I was able to help you. Welcome. Well, it's not dumb of you. There's just a lot of things to take into consideration that might help. Wouldn't call it dumb. Not knowing everything doesn't make one dumb. I really like this lo-fi Final Fantasy VIII mix. Nice. Oh god. Oh, yikes. Oh yeah. That's why I put some of them on the server as well. And there will be more. Like, Eden has a Midgard slums. The casino has Catsuit's theme. The armory has Barrett's theme. There's a few more, but there's gonna be way more as well. I just haven't looking around. Gilgoad. I'm pretty sure we already have this. Yeah, we already. Okay, this track is awesome. That is a sick mix. Oh well, you're among friends. I've actually not played any of the new Final Fantasy VII games. I'm waiting for all 3 to be released. So no spoilers, please. I managed to avoid spoilers for the first 2. I don't know anything about them other than, you know, basics. And I've also started preparing. I'm gonna try to speedrun regular Final Fantasy VII on this channel. Like, we're gonna start with any percent no slots, because I played the game to pieces when I was young and I really love Final Fantasy VII. And I recently finished my speedrunning UI, so I might be doing that at a very near future. If that's something that, you know, vibes with. But yeah, I'm also a huge Final Fantasy fan. I kind of grew up with Final Fantasy VII and then 8. Oh yes, our login theme to the server is Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. Not sure if you noticed that. Invalids Chronicles. I'm not sure I'm familiar. When I heard it the first time, I fell in love. Like, it is such a good login theme. It really sets the precedence for the game, and it's just so good. You know when you hear something and you instantly fall in love with it? Like in Final Fantasy VIII, you know, I spent more time playing Triple Triad than anything else. Like, I would spend my days in bed playing Triple Triad. Oh man, such a good game. There's also, you're in my Discord, yeah? I'm gonna show you something. Didn't I post this on? Oh, here we go. So, check this out. I sent you a link. This is a t-shirt I'm getting. It's beautiful. I know, right? There's another one that says we live in a materia world and I'm a materia girl. And there's all the different materia colors. The first time I saw Tonberry, I was like, oh my god, he's adorable. He doesn't really do anything. And then he slowly walked towards me. And I was like, And then he reached me and I just went... Just pure evaporation, just instant death. I was like, eh. Thornberry was definitely a very memorable experience. Little dude with the knife. But yeah, I'm also a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. There's actually a bar in... Oh, I don't know where this was. Our magic is busted. You start with Death Touch and first wood. Well, to be fair, I mean, Thornberry is busted. Yeah, there was one in Los Angeles recently, Seventh Heaven Experience. Los Angeles at Boba Bear to celebrate the anniversary of Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Which sadly I don't live in the US, so I couldn't go, but it looked really cool. I saw some footage. Like, they had all kinds of, like, materia-shaped drinks, and there was big cutouts, and, you know, it was themed to look like the Seventh Heaven from Final Fantasy VII. I would have loved to have gone. But, you know, flying across the world for it seems a little bit more. Bit out of wallet. Yeah. I guess that it's one of the things I would have loved to have gone to, but I can't afford it, you know, and it's other side of the fucking planet, basically. But who knows, maybe there's gonna be one in Europe at some point, or I don't know. It would be really cool. Yeah, I wouldn't do well in your country at the moment. I'll stay on this side of the Atlantic. I mean, probably. So what I'm gathering is that you're not a MAGA. That's what I'm getting from this. I didn't know that was a place. I thought that was a like. Can you elaborate? What does that even mean? Oh, rural America. Oh, okay, well. I mean, the thing is, I know a lot of people make fun of hillbillies in the US, right? But there's hillbillies in every country. I don't know why yours has gotten so much media attention. Like, we have drunken rednecks in every country. You know, ignorant, loud, drunken idiots, basically. They are in every country. I don't understand why it's so Like, people talk about American rednecks and this and that. It's like, you're kind of in every country, you know. It's not an American thing. I mean, they might not be called rednecks, but, you know, it's basically the same thing. I mean, just recently, we had some idiots who believes that if your children are exposed to the rainbow flag or colors, they will become gay. Apparently. By looking at a rainbow flag, your children will become homosexuals. Apparently. I'm just like, yeah, alright. Sure, why not? I mean, it is, like I said, these type of idiots, they're everywhere. Sadly, you guys don't have the only ones. I'm sorry to say, they are literally everywhere. Yep. And also by people who have the rainbow flag are pushing the gay agenda. And here's another one. People who are gay or you know, promoting homosexual or, you know, transgenders or whatever queer behavior are actually trying to exterminate mankind by making everybody a homosexual so mankind will die out. Like, the amount of shit that people say, and they're serious too, it's not a joke, like, they actually believe this. Can you imagine actually believing this? So people who are queer are secretly trying to end mankind and convert everybody to become homosexuals, so no more children will be born and then mankind will be exterminated. Like, the absolute fuckery is... Can you imagine telling this to people with a straight face? Like, no pun intended. Oh yeah, I used to make that joke when the vaccines with COVID. I was like, I'm gonna go and get a COVID vaccine so I have free 5G. Then I don't have to pay for Wi-Fi, I can just be my own antenna. Because, you know, herder pepega. Makes perfect sense to me. Oh yes, flat Earth. Oh god, there's another. Like, we've actually discussed flat Earth a few times on stream, and I feel like this started out as a bad joke and it just kind of got out of hand. Like, somebody did this as a gas. And then people just kind of, I don't know. It just kind of became a thing. For some fucking reason. Like, and the moon is fake. It's giant mirrors in the sky made by NASA. That's also how the moon landing was faked. Because the moon isn't actually real. Oh! Oh, that should be good. Always a gas to listen to these people. Yeah. But I feel like I lost intelligence just reading that. Everyone has their own son. Alright, that's cool. Well, then I don't want you using my son. If anybody uses my son, I want to be compensated. You guys don't get to use my son for free. I mean, it's just... Oh my god. I'm not even surprised, like... Not even the dumbest thing I've heard, like, this week. I feel like, okay, so you know how people say, like, people are just getting dumber and dumber? Well, I do think that there is a decline because the educational system. I do think that actually the problem isn't as much as people getting dumber, as much as it's dumber people have a place to voice their idiocy. You know, back in the day, it would be the village idiot who would be sitting at the bar spouting nonsense and nobody would listen to him. But now, village idiot can go onto social media and post about village idiot's opinions about things. And then people will read it, and then other village idiots will also listen and, you know. So I don't think it's just that the education system is failing. But honestly, it's these idiots have always been around. It's just they didn't really have the same way of voicing their, let's call them, beliefs to the world. I do think that that is part of it, honestly. When the drunken idiot in the local bar is spouting nonsense, nobody listens. But these days, idiot can just use their cell phone and reach millions of people all over the world. Oh yeah. See, here's the thing. Information has never been as available as it is today, but people don't use it. People could use the internet to get advanced degrees for free. To look up anything they wanted to learn, to develop, to evolve. What do? They watch people get kicked in the crotch and argue with other idiots on social media. Don't get me wrong, I love cat videos. Cat videos are awesome. Yeah, but I also actually use the internet to develop myself as a person, you know, learn things. Like, for example, I use Code Academy to learn coding when I started this project. Like for RO and stuff. Like, there's so much you can get if you just want to. Information used to be gatekept in universities, and yeah, most people, they use it to surf porn, watch dumb videos on YouTube, and argue on social media, basically. Oh yeah, don't forget TikTok. The absolute brain rot of our generation. Like, people spend hours per day, and then they say, so here's the sad thing. A lot of people say they don't have time, okay? They don't have time to learn a new skill. But they will spend hours every day scrolling social media, watching TikTok videos, blah blah, you know. But they don't have time to learn a new skill, to apply for a new job, to, you know, like, because it requires effort. And if you put in effort, then you can fail, and then you have to take responsibility for the fact that you did not succeed in something you wanted to do. So instead, you just, you know, pretend like you just don't have time. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, like I said, people, the instant gratification is also, I see this in the RO server. Some people will join the server if there isn't at autoloot and at go commands, they instantly leave because it takes too long to do something. And my question is, you're playing a video game, you're not exactly being productive anyway. And basically all servers that has at go and at autoloot, they basically die, or the economy is in the toilet because the game is just so easy. Like, there is no actual... I understand that people don't have as much time as they used to. That's why we can play a little bit higher rates. That's why, you know, we make things a little bit more accessible than what they were 20 years ago. But people who want everything to be right now, it should happen right now. If I don't get it in the next, you know, couple of minutes, then it's boring, or it's bad, or it takes too long, or like, and then a lot of server owners, they will give in to this and add autoloot or add go, and then the server will die because people get bored and they have nothing to do because everything just takes a few seconds. Oh yeah. I mean, we have ranged greed, okay? Ranged area loot. We have regular area loot and ranged area loot, but people complain saying that, oh, it's not enough, I don't have time. I was like, you don't have time to stop for a second to loot, and it's not like you have to left-click every single item. If that was the case, I would completely understand, okay? Because that is extremely tedious in a renewal setting when you're AoEing mobs. But we have area loot and ranged area loot as well. It's... I feel like there is no need for autoloot at all. Because also, part of the game is watching items drop on the floor. Like, you finally get that drop you've been looking for, you know, it's that fun feeling. If things just appear in your inventory, it's not as fun at all. Imagine you kill an MVP, and instead of seeing the MVP card drop, it just plops into your inventory. Is it the same? No, it isn't. I don't know if you saw that, but MVP cards and miniboss cards are announced globally here. Without the player's name, of course. And tombstones don't have names either, so you can't see who it actually was. But as soon as a card is dropped, or gotten from an OCA, miniboss that is. Yeah, sure. Sorry, go on. Do your job. Percival, if you're still here, are you trying to get some more pieces now? Which set are you going for? Okay, so I don't know if your skills can crit, can they? Check your tooltip, it will say if they can crit or not. It will say critical, yes at 50%, blah blah blah. If they can crit. If they can't crit, then you can get white wing set. If they can crit, I guess black wing set would be good. Okay, check your Picky Peck and Lunatic Carrot beat. Look at the skill description of the skill. Does it say if it can critically hit or not? Like, does it say critical yes at 50%? On the skill description of Picky Peck and Lunatic Carrot beat. Okay. Well then just White Wing set I guess is fine. Like pure range damage and attack. This is ethereal. Oh, it is. Cool. That might be a new item. Alright, so this is Zakarum's hand. See if we have this in ethereal or not. Saka. We do not, okay. That's a new ethereal item on the grail. I think people tend to have gameplay types that they enjoy. For example, I'm always drawn to casters. Like, I basically always play mage classes in almost every game. My poor Merc died. Well. But yeah, I think it's you will have to ask Mick about that. He has a gunslinger. I have no idea how viable they are. What builds they play and how they play. I dare not comment on that.
I like you.
Rune, alright. Cool. But yeah, DM Mick can ask him. He has a gunsling. Um, well, it's 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, basically. I mean, that's what's available. It's not like you will swap your entire set every 20 levels. But that's what exists. What I do is usually I will get a full like illusion gear set at 120 or Mora, and then I will swap out pieces as I go, and if I struggle I will swap out even more pieces until I don't struggle, basically. That's just how I do it. I mean, with however you like. I guess it really depends. I would refine my gear to +5 every time, and then I would probably slot at like at 160 or 180. But yeah, I would not socket cards at like 100 or 120 or even 140. Now, that is a bit of a design flaw because I would want people to always engage with the slotting system, honestly. We'll see what I come up with, but I do want people to always want to use their cards. Like, that is something that I think if you find a card, you should be encouraged to use the card. Like, I think that would be a good way of doing the system. Maybe I can make it free before 200? I don't know. But I do think... Yeah, I know. And it makes people hesitate into even, like, putting cards in, you know? Honestly, I have been thinking about a way to let people card or uncard gear without spending Seni. The problem is we need a Seni, like Seni sync is definitely something we need because, well, inflation. But I'm not sure if having it cost Seni when you're that low really sinks a lot of Seni as much as it just prevents people from experimenting with cards. Which, what we want is for people to want to experiment slash try out things they find. Like, fill up their gear with cards and refines. That is definitely something I want to encourage. So, I'm gonna have to think and figure something out. But no, I definitely share the sentiment.
to see you.
Yeah, no worries. Sleep well, first of all. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stream anyway. I'm gonna go for a little bit longer, but sleep well. Thanks for hanging out. Pleasure, always. In the meantime, we'll continue hunting Mephisto, see if we can get some new items on the Grail. But, you know, the more items we find, the harder getting a new item on the Grail is. Because, you know, there's fewer items we need, so, you know, the pool shrinks. Another, oh my god, that's the third Griswold's Corona. They're good drops, they're just, we already have one. Well, we actually found two, that's our third. We didn't have any for like 1400 hours, and now we found three in like the last, I don't know, 20 hours. Ah, RNG. Thy swine heartless bitch. Am I not hitting? Come on, kill card. Almost. Barb shield, bastard sword, cudgel. Locking. We need Jewelers of Deflection. Which is like, you know, 1 in fucking millions, but it's possible. Too late. Almost. Well, you know, almost all. Oh god. And he's being very stingy tonight. I don't know why. Usually Mephisto is a little bit more generous. Term I want to go with. But today he's really not. So many Stygian dolls. Praise the heavens for Enigma. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, and bluff. No good. Maybe tonight's not our night. I think we can manage one more run before it changes. It's still 58. What's this? Is that ethereal? The damage is. Alright, let's see what the next one is. Gonna be one worth running or not. Excuse me. Ancient tunnels. Alright. Do ancient. I can remember what the hell ancient tunnels is on. I honestly don't remember where the hell Ancient Tunnels is on this character. Up here? Oh, it is. The layout. Okay. Pretty straightforward layout. The weird expression, straightforward. Very good density. At least it feels like there's good density. Oh, okay, so that's the end. I haven't run this with character in a very long. Pretty good layout and density. Okay, so it's in the top left, and then we have to do a semi-circle thing in the ancient. Alright, we can do that. Got some good loot too. A lot of charms, man. No. Ah! Quad res with magic find, but they're just not good enough. Fire source killer, alright. Take it. Probably never play fire, but you know. Fun to have. Did I just bait myself into thinking this was good? Maybe I just had an extraordinarily good run, but... Could have sworn I heard a jewel. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, mage blade. The one run is like 2.5 minutes, which I guess it should be a lot faster, but since I loot and repair and... But I feel like for player 7 with terrorize, 2.5 minutes for a run isn't it? Why is it whenever you don't want to find elites because you just want to go to where you're supposed to farm, you find a ton of elites, but when you want to find elites, you don't. This music is so beautiful. How many drops we get from just one run? No, no. Nope. I wonder if we swap to a Mako. The problem with that though is that we lose 25% faster blast rate, so teleporting just can't leave an elite product. It's not if I see them. Oh wow, okay, that's very tight. Hope the music isn't too loud. Oh boy. Down the rabbit hole. Okay. Getting a bit of a headache. That off, I think. We're gonna do one more run, then I'm probably heading off. I think. No, there was a jewel there, I missed it. Bloody hell. Alright, one more run, and then that's me for today, guys. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit of a headache. I started so late as well. See if we can end on a good note. Super. Alright guys, that is going to be it. Last pack. Well, today sadly. But we had some fun. Hung out for a while. Tomorrow is the leveling party for the RO server, which will start at like 5 PM-ish or something like that. So, welcome you all to join me for that. If you want to check out our RO server, you can find us here. That's our website and our Discord. I hope you had fun. I'm sorry for heading off. I'm just getting a bit of a headache and oh. So much love and good night, guys. And as always, thanks for being here. So night night.